प्यारे देशवासियों, नमस्ते, जय हिंद, अभिनंदन। I'll be speaking in a mix of Hindi and English, okay? We have Telugu-speaking people. Where is Thambi Durai, the former Deputy Speaker of Lok Sabha from Tamil Nadu? We have Shuddha Punjabi speaking Amar Singh ji, MP from Lok Sabha from the Congress Party. We have Purandeshwari ji, Telugu speaking. And that is not enough. She is the daughter of the legendary N.T. Rama Rao. You need to understand that. Then we have the great Shiv Sena leader. Huh? You know her? Priyanka ji. Then we have the voice from Bengal, Samik Bhattacharya. Where are you? And then we have got the voice of Kashmir also, Ghulam Ali ji. Where are you? Mr. Ghulam Ali is Ghulam Ali without ghazal. That's how he introduces himself, okay? And we have two strategic thinkers with her. Mr. M.J. Akbar, you must have read many of his books. And Mr. Pankaj Sharan, former ambassador to Moscow, Deputy National Security Advisor. This is what we formed the team for Europe under my leadership. Friends, we have come under very painful circumstances, conveying to you the voice of 1.4 billion Indian people. दुख से आए आपके बीच में. A big terrorist attack happened in Pahalgam, you know it very well, on the 22nd of April. 26 people were killed. Your religious profile was asked, and you were killed with impunity. Hindus were killed, Christians were killed. And the most shocking was, I will tell my two distinguished women MPs colleague to elaborate it. How would you respond if a newlywed couple just married 10 days ago had come for the honeymoon, and before the wife, religious identity is asked and killed in cold blood? Someone was married 2 months ago. It was barbarism in the extreme. This time, Prime Minister said, enough is enough. And this explained our rationale of the visit. Terrorism is a global cancer. ये पूरी दुनिया को परेशान कर रहा है. And I would like to briefly give you the background. India and Pakistan have fought 4 conventional wars. Many distinguished Indians sitting here in the front, they have seen those times. 48 First War, 65 Second War, 71 Third War when Bangladesh was created, 99 the Kargil War. These are 4 conventional wars. Remember one thing, my dear fellow Indians, India was never the aggressor. India only responded. The second thing you all need to understand, we are not against the people of Pakistan. They are fine. All government, be it the Congress or the BJP or Jawaharlal Nehru or Lal Bahadur Shastri or Indira Gandhi or Dr. Manmohan Singh or Atal Bihari Vajpayee, everyone tried to have peaceful, ultimately dialogue with them. What happened? Terrorism. Narendra Modi ji invited Nawaz Sharif in his swearing in 2014. When he had gone to Kabul to inaugurate the parliamentary building constructed with the assistance of India, Nawaz Sharif said, "You will be flying over my skies. Come, my grandson is getting married. Make a stopover." He made a stopover. What happened? Uri happened, Pulwama happened, now Pahalgam. What is the problem of Pakistan? The problem of Pakistan is it is not a democratic country. मैं हिंदी में बताना चाहूंगा, मोहम्मद अली जिन्ना ने बनाया पाकिस्तान, वो बन गया जनरल्स की दुकान. That is the situation of Pakistan. The second thing very important is people, leaders make the country. There, the Pakistan armed forces have made a country, Pakistan, for themselves. Unelectable, not accountable, not popular sanction, but they seize power. Ayub Khan, Field Marshal for 10 years. Mr. Yahya Khan for 7.5 years. Mr. Ziaul Haq for 11 years. General Musharraf for 9 years. Now you have Munir, general, who was defeated in the field but became a field marshal. That is the whole scenario. The Prime Minister said enough is enough. On the 7th of May, Indian forces made a decisive blow to only terrorist outfit, Bawalpur, Muridke, Muzaffarabad. 100 terrorists were killed. Remember, this attack was unleashed at dead of night around 1:30 for 20 minutes only. No civilian casualty was there. In the morning, we informed the Pakistani establishment, रात में आपकी पिटाई की है, लेकिन खाली terrorist camp को ही पीटा है. Okay? No civilian has been touched at all. They did not respond. They attacked our skies, the cities through missile. And I want you to salute our Air Force and Armed Forces. They completely blocked all the missiles, completely paralyzed them. And thereafter, what happened? Then on the 10th, I would like our strategic expert to explain it in detail. There 10 to 11 strategic Air Force bases were smashed. And remember it, not even a single Indian plane crossed into the Pakistani territory. It was made in India BrahMos, it was made in India Akash, which delivered a deadly blow. Yes, a lot of Pakistan has started begging to America, to England, to other places. They rung up as friends do. It was said very clearly, if Pakistan has to talk, it must talk to us directly. And this talk must happen through interlocutors known as Director General of Military Operations. Then on the 10th they said, "Bhai ab ho gaya, hum ab band karenge." The message was conveyed very clearly. You stop fire, we stop fire. You continue to fire, we'll fire with deadly attack we want to convey to you. And what is the lesson of Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji? One, talk and terror cannot go together. That's the first lesson he has given very clearly. What is the second one? Trade and talk cannot go together. Terror and talk cannot go together, and terror and trade cannot go together. And the third, if any terrorist attack is undertaken, it will be deemed as an instrument of war, because Pakistan has weaponized terror. as an instrument of state policy. My friends and others, strategic experts, will explain in detail how the military state of Pakistan and terrorism distinction is blurred. Not only in India, friends, Mumbai was attacked, Parliament was attacked, Delhi was attacked, Kashi was attacked, Ahmedabad was attacked, in London, your metro was attacked or not. So we have got all the list, and in all these attacks, there is a very serious Pakistani angle, either a Pakistani origin or trained in Pakistan. 9/11 America, those gentlemen known as Osama bin Laden, where was he caught? You know it very well, no? In Pakistan, who unleashed the entire mayhem of Al-Qaeda and attack in New York. You remember that Daniel Pearl, that journalist, many journalists are sitting here and watching. It was slit. And you will be happy to know that the terrorist who slit his neck has been slit by the missiles of India in this attack. The terrorist who hijacked the plane to rescue Masood Azhar has also been killed. And Azhar Masood's two brothers, brother-in-laws, sisters, all have been killed. Why we are here? We are here to tell the world terrorism is a global cancer. It is inhuman, it is anti-democratic, it is anti-civilizational heritage. And the civilized world needs to come and talk together. And Pakistan, being the promoter, patron, the military establishment of Pakistan must be made to pay a cost to it. That is what the world has to understand. That's where we have come. My fellow Indians, आपको एक बात हम साफ बता दें, भारत पाकिस्तान को ठीक करने के लिए काफी है, ओके? उसके लिए हम लंदन नहीं आए हैं। लंदन हम आए हैं आपको बताने के लिए कि आप इस ग्लोबल मिनेस को समझिए, अंडरस्टैंड. When this Pahalgam operation happened and killing happened and Operation Sindoor, during that time India became the fourth economy of the world, biggest economy. By biggest economy means what? We are bigger than English economy, British economy. We are bigger than the French economy, most of the European economy. Our path is very clear. India must emerge in the global scenario with a very powerful economic country, proud of its heritage, but also a caution. India is the land of Buddha and India is the land of Mahatma Gandhi. Yes, Lord Rama also, you are right. Lord Krishna also, right. But terrorism होगा तो उसके खिलाफ जबरदस्त जवाब दिया जाएगा. That is what Prime Minister has said. Therefore, tomorrow we are meeting a lot of members of Parliament, the Speaker. We started from France, then we went to Rome, Italy, then we went to Denmark. Today we are in London till day after tomorrow. Then we go to Brussels, and last port is Germany. And everywhere we are meeting our Indian friends, talking to the civil society, to think tank, to members of Parliament. And our common refrain is, enough is enough. It is now 75 years that Pakistan has been nurtured as an errant child who may be made to understand the right course. But the generals don't understand, because the generals of Pakistan has a vested interest in continuing the conflict so that they remain relevant. That is the whole issue. Therefore, you have come in such huge number. My respectful regard and pranam to all of you. Then I conclude, and thereafter I call the voice from South India, Mr. Thambi Durai. He is a very senior leader of the AIDMK, 5-time member of Lok Sabha, now the member of Raj Sabha, has been a minister, and Deputy Speaker of the Lok Sabha, Ritam Midrai. Very pleased.
Respected Delegation Leader Ravi Prasad ji and Honorable High Commissioner of India who arranged this program. To everyone, I am good evening to all of you. We have assembled a big level that shows the interest of the peace to have prevailed in the country, in the world also. As Ravi Prasad said, 75 years, more or less over, India partition took place. Pakistan also are brothers. We have no any enmity towards them. But as our delegation leader said, there is no democracy. While the military rule is taking place, they are the dictating. Whenever they are feeling their economic conditions going down, their problems that Pakistan is facing, they are taking this kind of Kashmir issue. Kashmir is integral part of the India once already been settled. This cannot be raised now. That is there. See, we are, Kashmir means our Ali is here. I am coming from south. Kashmir to Kanyakumari, there's always the link is there. Always India say, my route starts from Kanyakumari. Then we reaches to Kashmir. Therefore, it is one country. There is no difference. Therefore, in that condition, we are in different culture, different language, but that is the unity, diversity, university. That is the success of the Indian democracy system. There is no doubt about all. But violence or this terrorism is the dangerous thing for the country. After 70 years, India faced a lot of problems, this kind of terrorist activities. Not only Jammu and Kashmir, even Bombay and other places. And also in Tamil Nadu, in Coimbatore, 1998, the blast took place, many people died. This is the situation. Therefore, it has to continue there. This is a unique committee, as our delegation has come. Our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji decided to see that we have to express the agony of the Indian people of the terrorism that must not be spread to other parts of the world also. Everybody knows, UN also declared some 52 camps, terrorist camps in Pakistan. Even that minister itself declared, yes, we are having terrorist camps. Is it the way to tackle this, settle the issue? In democracy, there is human lives are more important. I already explained about terrorism. We have to come over throughout the world, most of the part of things. The 7 groups have started. We are the one group. We are seeing, first we went to France, Rome, Italy, then Denmark, now UK now. Tomorrow we are going to Belgium, tomorrow Belgium, afterwards Germany, like that. It's a mission of Narendra Modi's mission now to convey the world. India is a peaceful country. We are respecting democracy. We are against the terrorism. Terrorism has our cancer. Now, if at all allow it throughout the world, it will spoil. நம்முடைய தமிழ் நண்பர்கள் வந்திருப்பாங்க. தமிழில் நான் சில கருத்து சொல்கிறேன். பல மொழிகள் நம்ம இருக்கும்பொழுது இங்கே பல மொழி பேசுகின்ற நண்பர்கள் வந்திருப்பார்கள். நான் முன்ன கூட வந்திருக்கும்போது அமைச்சராக இருக்கும்போது வந்து இங்கே பேசியிருக்கேன். தமிழில் அங்கே பேசியிருக்கேன். நிறைய பேர் கொடுத்தாங்க, கமிஷன் ஏற்பாடு பண்ணியிருந்தாங்க. யாதும் ஊரே யாவரும் கேளீர் என்பது தமிழனுடைய ஒரு கலாச்சார கொள்கை. மனித உலகமானது எல்லோரும் நாம் எல்லாம் சகோதரர்கள், வேறுபட்டு இருக்கக்கூடாது. நாம் ஒவ்வொருவரும் பாதுகாப்பது நம்முடைய கடமை. ஆகவே அந்த யாதும் ஊர் யாவரும் கேளீர் என்ற குறிக்கோளில் வாழ்கின்ற தமிழர்கள் எங்கிருந்தாலும் சரி, இந்தியாவினுடைய நாம் பகுதியில் பல பேர் இங்கே வந்திருக்கிறோம். இந்தியா என்பது ஒன்று, பாரத நாடு என்று சொல்கின்றோம். அந்த பாரத நாட்டில் நம்மெல்லாம் குடிமக்கள் ஒன்றுபட்டு வாழ்கின்ற நாம் தமிழ் இனம். தமிழம் எனது என்றது எப்பொழுதுமே பயங்கரவாத துணை போகாது. ஆனால் பாகிஸ்தானில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா பயங்கரவாதத்தினுடைய முகாம்களை உருவாக்கப்பட்டு அதன் மூலமாக இந்தியாவுடைய காஷ்மீர் பகுதிக்கு மட்டுமல்ல, காஷ்மீரில் 40,000 பேர் செத்துருக்காங்க. இது மாதிரி இவர் சொல்லுவார், காஷ்மீரில் பேசுவார், 40,000 பேர் இதுவரையில் உயிரை விட்டுருக்காங்க இந்த பயங்கரவாதத்தினால. மிலிட்ரி மோதுறது வேற, சொன்னதான் 4 பார் நடந்திருக்கு, அது அந்த இது வேற. ஆனால் ஒரு சாதாரண குடிமக்களை செல்லும் பொழுது ஆயுதமற்றவர்களை காஷ்மீருக்கு வந்து அவங்களுடைய இந்த விடுமுறை நாட்களில் வென்று செல்லிருக்கும் பொழுது புதிதாக திருமணம் செய்து கொண்டவர்கள் எல்லாம் இன்னசென்ட் சாதாரண மக்கள் கொல்வது நியாயமா? அந்த அநியாயத்தை எடுத்து சொல்வதற்காகத்தான் நாம் இப்போ வந்திருக்கிறோம். இந்த பயங்கரவாதம் என்பது அவர் சொன்னது ஒரு கேன்சர். அந்த பயங்கரவாத முகாம்களை பாகிஸ்தான் உருவாக்கின அவர்களே ஒத்துக்கொண்டிருக்கிறார்கள். ஆகவே இந்த நிலையில்தான் நாம் அனைத்து இந்திய அண்ணா திராவிட முன்னேற்ற சார்பாக இந்த குழுவை இடம்பெற்று நான் வந்திருக்கிறேன். அவர் சொன்னது போல 5 முறை நான் புரட்சித்தலைவர் எம்ஜிஆரால் உருவாக்கப்பட்டு நான் நாடாளுமன்ற உறுப்பினராக மக்களவையிலே தேர்ந்தெடுக்கப்பட்டவன். 2 முறை டெப்டி ஸ்பீக்கராக இருந்திருக்கேன். ராஜீவ்காந்தி இருக்கும் பொழுதும் டெப்டி ஸ்பீக்கர், மோடி அவர்கள் இருக்கும் பொழுதும் டெப்டி ஸ்பீக்கர் என்ற பதவி 2 முறை பதவி வகித்தவன் நான் தான். அது 32 வயசில் டெப்டி ஸ்பீக்கரான பிறகு வாஜ்பாய் கவர்மெண்ட்டில் அமைச்சராக இருந்தேன். சட்டத்துறை அமைச்சரும் நம்முடைய இருந்தார். இந்த சட்டத்துறை அமைச்சரும் எனக்கு இருந்தது. போக்குவரத்து துறை, ஷிப்பிங்கு, பிறகு லான் பல துறைகளை கொடுத்து எனக்கு இருந்தார்கள். அப்படி ஒரு வாய்ப்பை ஒரு தமிழக எனக்கு ஒரு வாய்ப்பு கிடைக்கப்பட்டது. அப்படி கிடைக்கப்பட்ட பொழுது நாம் இந்தியர்கள்லாம் ஒன்றுமையாக இருந்து நாட்டை வளம் பெற செய்வதற்காகத்தான் நாம் போராடுகிறோம் ஒழிய ஒரு நாட்டை அழிப்பதற்காக அல்ல. ஆகவே பயங்கரவாதத்தை ஒழிக்க வேண்டுவதுதான் ஒரே குறிக்கோளாக அனைத்து இந்திய அண்ணா திராவிட முன்னேற்ற கழகம் நம்முடைய எடப்பாடி பழனிசாமியுடைய எங்களுடைய கழகத்தின் இப்பொழுது தலைவராக இருக்கின்றார். அவர் அனுப்பி அவர் மோடி அவர்களிடம் சொன்னதற்காக அதில் நான் இந்த உறுப்பினராக வந்திருக்கின்றேன். உங்கள் அதிக நேரம் காக்க விருப்பமில்லை, மற்றவர்கள் பேச இருக்கின்றார்கள். ஒரே ஒரு மீண்டும் ஒரு வேலை கொண்டு யாதும் ஊரே யாவரும் கிடந்த தமிழன் இது போன்ற பயங்கரவாத துணை போகக்கூடாது. இந்திய மக்களாக நாம் ஒன்றுபட்டு உலகெங்கிலும் இருக்கின்ற பயணத்தை ஒழிப்பதற்கு பாடுபட வேண்டும் என்பதற்காகத்தான் இந்த ஜனநாயக வெளிப்படுத்திற்கு வந்திருக்கிறோம். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
Friends, the next speaker is Amar Singh Ji. He is from the Congress party. He was born in Punjab, very close to Pakistan border. And what is the difference between India and Pakistan? We respect our opposition, and for the cause of country, all of us are one. And what happens in Pakistan? Imran Khan and others are sent to jail. That is the difference. Okay? Amar Singh Ji.
मैंने कहा वैसे आप लोग महारो जेल भेजने के हिंदुस्तान में भी ऐसा नहीं है, बट एनीवे दिस इज नॉट द ओकेजन टू टेल देम द ट्रू स्टोरी ऑन देयर फेस. गुड इवनिंग टू ऑल ऑफ यू. नमस्कार, सत श्री अकाल. Honorable High Commissioner Saab and all my colleagues, I'm really overwhelmed for 2 things. One, your presence in very, very large numbers. That shows your love for India, that though you have left the motherland, but you still love India. That's great. Congratulations to you. The second thing which I want to congratulate you is that leaving your original home, you have made your name in United Kingdom. It's really, really, I will say, the most successful people are you people, not we people who are in government service or doing something. You are wonderful people coming to another place, get the job, and then be successful. I mean, it's very, very unique. I'm so happy with all of you. The third thing which I want to, and my chairman of this delegation has mentioned, on the issue of terrorism, on the issue of country, our nation, India, Bharat, Hindustan, all the political parties are one. That is why I'm here. Though there are differences, you all know we don't go with them, they don't go with us. But country is above all. Nation is above all. We are standing for the nation, not for a particular political party, for the country. And we are all against terrorism. Terrorism is, you all know, our country is really suffering from terrorism. You trace the history, Chairman Sahab has shared with you. After some gap, there is some killing, and Pahalgam was the worst. Innocent people, they had gone just to enjoy the weather of Kashmir, and they are killed there. I mean, that's the worst form of terrorism. Before that, Priyanka's state, Bombay, all innocent people were killed. And every time, where does the doubt goes or the proof goes to? It's only our neighbor. क्यों जी? उसमें तो कोई शक नहीं रहता है कि हमारा पड़ोसी है. And I'm from Punjab. I know all the things which they try to do in Punjab. आप में भी जितने पंजाबी बैठे होंगे, they know what they try to do in Punjab. The last thing which I want to request to you all is, all political parties, government, everybody is trying their level best to convey the message about terrorism to the world community. I will request you also. You are working in some office, you are working in some organization, you may be head of that, or maybe some important person there. You must also try to brief as many people as you can that our neighbor is the main culprit for all the activities in our country of terrorism. And you can play a very positive role, you can spread it. We are going to different countries, we are meeting very varied class of people, politicians, think tanks, press. We'll try to do our best. But you're living here, you can do much more than us. At least we are here only for 2-3 days. So thank you. Again, congratulations to all of you.
Purandeshwari ji is a very distinguished member of Lok Sabha from Andhra Pradesh. As I told you, she has been a former minister, and above all, the daughter of the legendary N.T. Ramarao. Yes.
Shri Ravi Shankar ji, Honorable High Commissioner, my colleagues in the delegation, and dear friends, I must say it's a great honor for me to be standing here before you. As you see the delegation here, we belong to different parties with different ideologies. But when it comes to the interest of our country, we all stand here united, not belonging to different parties, but as Indians. Just now, my colleagues have outlined the barbaric act that the terrorists have conducted in Pahalgam. Just as Ravi Shankar Prasad ji had mentioned, it is pretty heartrending when you hear a newly wedded bride seeing her husband named by religion, shot point blank in the head, right in front of her eyes. Such has been the barbaric attack that happened in Pahalgam. And that is the reason why, despite us having faced many attacks earlier, we call this really barbaric, because such kind of an attack, calling out by name, killing them in front of the family members. And when one woman pleaded, कि आपने मेरे पति को तो मार डाले, मुझे भी मार डालो. So the response, I suppose, from the terrorist was, हम आपको नहीं मारेंगे, आप जाके मोदी को बताओ. And we all know what has happened after this is actually bata diye. India has always been a very, very responsible nation. Never has India raised her ammunition against any other country. If she had ever waged a war, it has always been against the underdevelopment in the country. It has always been against the poverty in the country. And it has always been against unemployment in the country. So she has actually waged wars to better her condition, to better the living conditions of the citizens in the country, but never against any other nation. And Modi ji also had mentioned, being a very responsible nation, he had mentioned that this is not an era of war, neither is this an era of terrorism. And the result has been, after we have faced the terrorist attack in Pahalgam, the result has been Operation Sindoor. Millions of people across the country, after Pahalgam had happened, had demanded that the terrorists be punished and the handlers be brought to book. Therefore, Operation Sindoor is simply not an operation. It is a reflection of the resolve of millions of Indians back home in India. Operation Sindoor is simply not an operation, but rather this is the new policy that India has derived against terrorism. And Operation Sindoor is simply not an operation, but this is rather telling the terrorists that your blood is the same color as the sindoor or the vermilion that our women adorn on their foreheads. I had mentioned earlier that India has always been a very responsible nation. We have time and again brought evidences of the involvement of our neighboring country in many of these dastardly attacks that have happened on our citizens as well as our country. Uri, Pathankot, when they came into our country, killed our soldiers, our answer was to go into the land and to destroy the terror hubs that were there in Pakistan. And through this act, we had sent a message to the entire international community that you dare lay a hand on our soldiers, and every soldier has 140 crore Indians standing behind them. And today Pahalgam has happened. And the result has been, again, the attacks with great precision where the terrorist hubs were destroyed, and when they tried to cross the line of control and attack us, we even destroyed their military hubs. This has been our response, to tell them that here we have a strong leader, we have great armed forces that are capable enough of protecting the country and the citizens of India. Soon after the attack, the Terrorist Resistance Front, the TRF as it is called, did claim responsibility that they had carried out the dastardly attack in Pahalgam. The third day they retracted because they knew the international community was raising voices against them. And even in the UN Council, in the press conference when TRF was to be named, it was Pakistan that had put pressure on them to ensure that the name TRF did not figure in the conference that was held by UN. In 2023, we did provide evidence to tell them that these are the terrorists that had attacked us, and the proof is this, the evidence is this. But from 2023 until date, nothing happens. Even now, after Pahalgam, we have provided evidence to tell them that 2 of the attackers did come from Pakistan. We have even provided evidence that there was a lot of communication that was happening on social media, and the handlers were in Pakistan. But until date, the international community does not come forward to call Pakistan or to name Pakistan. Therefore, we reach out to you. You are our ambassadors, just as my colleagues have mentioned. You have come to alien shows. You have made a space for yourself. You have actually made India proud. Because you are not only in a position where you are influencing the socio-economic situations of the country, but even the political scenario of the country. And as I always repetitively say, your Janmabhoomi is India, your Karmabhoomi is UK. Therefore, you do have a responsibility towards your motherland. Janani Janmabhoomischa Swargadapi Gariyasi, mother and motherland. Thou art sacred, more sacred than heaven. Therefore, you have a responsibility towards your motherland. You need to tell the people around you what is happening. I was this morning interacting with a small cross-section of the Indian diaspora. And one lady, she stood up to tell me that her child goes to school where there is a mix of Pakistanis and several other children. And the Pakistani children, probably the child is about 7-8 years, and the Pakistani children in the school tell this child that your country has been attacking us. Your country has stopped our waters. So what is your reply to this? How can India do this to us? I'm talking about a child who's just about 7 or 8 years of age. Therefore, there is a great responsibility that rests on your shoulders today. You need to talk. You need to tell people around you what is happening back home. We, in our own capacities, have been reaching out to senators, to people who are influencers, lawmakers, so on and so forth. But we need you to go into the society to tell the people how India has been suffering. And as I had mentioned, India has never been an aggressor. Therefore, today, when you have come here in such large numbers, and we stand here before you with the appeal that you support us in our cause and ensure that you can take this message across into the society of UK. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Next speaker is distinguished colleague Priyanka Chaturvedi. She is from Shiv Sena in the Rajya Sabha opposition camp, okay? But here we are one.
Yeah, he always clarifies before I start. So, firstly, I want to say something here before I begin. When we were seeing an escalation of what was happening, there was a lot of confusion happening through the social media discourse. There were very heartening images coming from UK of all the Indians fighting this fight with us back home in India and keeping the tricolour flying high in the UK. So a big salute to all of you. सच में भारत माता की जय है. आप लोग यहाँ पर आकर कर्म भूमि में काम तो कर रहे हैं. You all are economically contributing towards this nation, but you all also understand your commitment to the tricolor. So a big thank you to all, a big salute to you all, and it's extremely heartening to see the enthusiasm coming from all of you. I don't need to go back in history to talk about what Pakistan has been doing over the years. A country which came with the idea that it will have a separate nation, it came, the very genesis of it came with the idea of othering one religion from the other, is continuing to manifest that in many forms, many ways. What began, and I tell you why this particular incident has united the entire nation, united everybody across political parties, is because of a speech before Pahalgam happened. A speech where their now Field Marshal, then their Army Chief, explained very categorically that there is a huge difference between Hindus and Muslims. And that is exactly, you saw a manifestation of it when the terror attacks happened. What he forgot is that over 200 million Muslims in India stood unitedly behind its government and said, "Inko muh tod jawab do." What they do to their minorities back home, I don't want to even get into that. They're suffering the consequences of it within their nation. They might keep blaming others, that's not my problem. But the 200 million Muslims stood in solidarity and said, please do not even compare us to your nefarious ways and your terrorist links. We will fight back, and we will fight back in solidarity. There were three ways. There were three ways India showed Pakistan its place. The first was, of course, Operation Sindoor. A big salute to our armed forces who carried out a precision attack on their terror camps. These terror camps are not something that we've designated. These terror camps are designated by the United Nations. And when our armed forces have said that over 100 terrorists have died, you can imagine these 100 terrorists were capable of carrying out 100 terror activities, not just in India, across the world. So the world should be thanking the armed forces of India for doing what it did. Not just the terror camps, it also went and jammed the entire Chinese radar system that Pakistan was depending upon. We also exposed the other high-scale weaponry that we are hearing about, the propaganda that we are hearing about. The second big victory for us was post-operation, where we saw Pahalgam terrorists actually asking what your religion was and killing them. They did this in the hope that they would divide this nation. India doesn't stand divided. India stands united. And it's our diversity that we celebrate, and diversity that brings this unity. The third biggest victory for India was that we all stood united despite our political party differences. So they tried everything, they failed. And they will continue to fail if they continue to spread hate. And let me also say something, because we've just concluded our free trade agreement, FTA, with UK. We signed with Australia some time ago. We are going to be doing that with European Union. We are going to be doing that with the USA sometime soon. So India is looking towards a free trade agreement. We are looking at trade. We are looking at economy. We are looking at commerce. While they are looking at free terrorist arrangement across the world. That is what we need to expose. There's another thought that comes to my mind. We had a very successful presidency as G20 chairmanship that we had got. We had a very successful 1 year of presidency. So while we host G20, they host the T20. The top 20 terrorists of the world will be found being hosted by Pakistani state government. It's their stated policy. Right from Osama bin Laden, I don't know how many of you have seen the documentary. You all must go back home and see the documentary on how he was taken out of Pakistan and he was being hidden, actively financed, aided, trained, supported, hidden from their so-called ally in the US. So they shake hands with you, but they bite you behind your back. We are not here to create animosity. We don't want enmity. We want peace, we want economic growth. When they attacked Mumbai, not just once, multiple times over, when they did this in Pahalgam, They thought they could fill us with fear. But we are the land of the fearless. We have fought many wars. We have fought many such cases when someone else has come and tried to divert our attention to something else. So I will just leave you all with one message. Like everybody has already said, you all are our brand ambassadors. We don't come to request, we don't come to ask other nations to help us, because like our party leader, delegation leader has said, India is capable to fight back. But we've come to warn that we have been seeing decades of this terrorism. It's coming to your doorstep soon. Through radicalization, through fundamentalism, through the indoctrination that is coming, which will create problems in your states, in your countries too. So be prepared. Stand up against terrorism. Show zero tolerance to terrorism. Call out the nation. Hold them accountable. And last but not the least, I will leave it with this, that while India has become the 4th largest economy, we still have Pakistan heading towards IMF and World Bank looking for loans to sustain not its economy, not its civilians, not its economic growth, but to keep its terror camps ongoing, because that has become their economic model of exporting terrorism globally. So I'll leave you with this thought, and I will request all of you all to continue speaking up for India, continue fighting for the nation, and believe me, the political parties won't let you down. When we stand united, we stand tall, we stand together. Thank you so much. Jai Hind.
अब आप जरा कश्मीर की आवाज सुनिए. Ghulam Ali is a member of Rajya Sabha. He comes from Kashmir.
यहाँ ठीक हूं मैं, दिख रहा हूं सबको. कश्मीर आप सबने देखा है क्या? हमारे शुक्रिया. मैं जरा हिंदुस्तानी में बोलूंगा. हमारे टीम के लीडर रविशंकर जी, हमारे रिस्पेक्टेबल मेंबरान और हमारे थिंक टैंक और अकबर साहब, पंकज जी, और मैं सबसे ज़्यादा मैं यहाँ एम्बेसडर साहब को और इनके जितने भी आईएफएस के ऑफिसर हैं और उनके साथ ऑफिशियल्स हैं, उन सबको मुबारकबाद दूंगा कि आपने इतना बड़ा डाइवर्स समाज को एक्सेस दिया. एक ताली तो बनती है ना कि आपका एक्सेस है समाज में. Why we are here? हम यहां क्यों आए हैं? To tell the world the original face of Pakistani journals. पाकिस्तानी इस्लाम के नाम पे बना, लेकिन काम में जो काम करता है ना, जो दरिंदगी फैलाता है ना, जो दहशतगर्दी फैलाता है ना, इनोसेंट सिविलियन पे वहां की आर्मी, उसका कहीं दूर 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 तक मजहब से, इस्लाम से, इंसानियत से दूर दूर तक कोई ताल्लुक नहीं है. टू टेरर इनोसेंट सिविलियन, ये कहां लिखा है? हमें भी कभी प्रॉब्लम हो जाती है, हम चुप रहते हैं. प्रॉफिट मोहम्मद के रिलीजन में, इस्लाम में टेररिज्म की देयर इज नो स्पेस. हमने कभी किसी भी लेवल पे कंडेम करना चाहिए. और पाकिस्तान ने जितना इस्लाम को डैमेज करा है दुनिया में, मुझे नहीं लगता किसी ने करा होगा. Islam propagate peace, harmony. We want our neighbor, we want their democracy, we want peaceful relations with our neighbor, but not at the cost of innocent civilian killing. ठीक है, कल तक उसने पंजाब में कॉन्ट्रैक्ट लिया 20 साल, देन कश्मीर में, कहीं और भी लिया होगा, मैं नाम नहीं लूंगा, आप ज्यादा जानते हैं, यू नो बेटर देन मी. We developed our infrastructure. We developed our human resource. But Pakistan developed. Terrorist camps. हमने टेररिस्ट कैंप डिसमेंटल करा है, अंदर जाके डिसमेंटल करा है. हमने उसको सोच को डिसमेंटल करा है. पाकिस्तान नैरेटिव फैलाता है. मुझे लगता है दुनिया में सबसे ज्यादा कोई हिपोक्रेट है तो वो पाकिस्तान है. और जो लोग संस्कार को, रिलीजियस वैल्यूज को जानते होंगे, दे अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज हिपोक्रेसी. एक साथ भीख मांगता है और दूसरी साइड दरिंदगी फैलाता है, टेररिज्म फैलाता है, इनोसेंट किलिंग्स करता है. वो वक्त चला गया. हम इसीलिए यूरोप में आए थे, हमारे और साथी पूरी दुनिया में ये मैसेज लेके आए हैं कि भारत जो है, इंडिया जो है, टेररिज्म को क्रश करना जानता है और अच्छी तरह जानता है. हमें किसी की मीडिएशन का जरूरत नहीं है, बट आप जो हमारे एम्बेसडर्स हैं, हमने लड़ाई लड़नी है, वो हमारा आर्मी वहां लड़ेगा. हमने डिप्लोमेटिक फाइट, सोशल मीडिया फाइट, हमने लड़ना है, अपनी बात रखनी है. हम क्या होते, हम साइलेंट रहते हैं, अरे इट्स नॉट माय बिजनेस. ओके, मुझे अपने बच्चों को पढ़ाना है, मुझे अपना देखना है. और आप जितने जो सब लोग आए हैं, आप में एक इस तिरंगे के लिए एंथुसियाज्म है, एक आपके अंदर मोहब्बत है. दैट्स व्हाई यू आर हियर फॉर द लास्ट 2 hours. यहां पानी की बात करता है, हमारा पानी बंद कर लिया. अरे पानी ग्रेड में बंद होता है क्या? मतलब ग्रेविटी में आ रहा है पानी, ऊपर पहाड़ है, हमें हिमालय, नीचे को ही पानी को आना है. बट 80% पानी दिया. क्या दिया? 80% हमारे रिवर्स का पानी पाकिस्तान को दे दिया. इन रिटर्न क्या दिया हमें? क्या दिया? इन्फिल्ट्रेशन, टेररिज्म, ड्रग, टनलिंग के जरिए हमारा प्लान चल रहा था, लोग भाग रहे थे. अभी उस व्हाट अनर्व्ड पाकिस्तान कि लोग डेमोक्रेसी में पार्टिसिपेशन बढ़ गया. अरे ये तो दुनिया का पीसफुल खिता बन गया कश्मीर. लोगों ने वोट देना शुरू कर दिया, टूरिज्म में बूम आ गया, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में बूम आ गया. वहां महिलाओं को हक मिल गया आफ्टर एब्रोगेशन. पूरी दुनिया, मतलब महिलाओं को इनहेरिटेड प्रॉपर्टी पे हक ही नहीं था. ये प्रॉब्लम होगी पाकिस्तान को. सिर्फ इधर ही प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, उधर घर में भी अपना गला घोटना है जमहूरियत का, डेमोक्रेसी का. आर्मी को हेजमनी रखना है और इसलिए यहां गड़बड़ करना है. और पिछले 30 साल में 40,000 से ज्यादा लोग ग्रेवयार्ड में, शमशान घाट में, और कितने बच्चे ऑर्फन हैं, कितने उसको कश्मीर को छोड़ के, और खासकर माइक्रो कम्युनिटी हमारी कश्मीरी पंडित, कितना एक विरासत का इसासा था हमारे पास कश्मीरी पंडित। क्या ये प्रॉफिट मोहम्मद ने कहा था मुझे भारत हिंदुस्तान से ठंडी हवा आती है, और पाकिस्तानी जर्नल हमें गोलियां, अरे उधर से गोला आएगा, गोला गोला, अब भारत से ना बड़ा बड़ा गोला आएगा और रोज आएगा। अब हमें तैयार होना है। बट हमें, हमारा हिस्ट्री है, हम नॉन अलाइंड उसमें रहे। हम पाप समझते हैं किसी की जमीन, किसी का हिस्से की तरफ देखना। लेकिन थॉट ऑफ एक्सप्रेशन का लाभ हमें हाथ में ही लेना चाहिए। एनीवे, तो मेरा ये कहना है, अब ठीक है, हमें पार्लियामेंट में आदत है कि इंटरप्शन तो रहता है, लेकिन वी अप्रिशिएट इंटरप्शंस, और हमारा जज्बा उससे और बढ़ता है। हमारे में भारत माता की, मातृ वतन हिंदुस्तान, अरे वो यहां से पूरे यूरोप में आवाज नहीं ना जा रही, मातृ वतन हिंदुस्तान, सब क्यों नहीं ऊपर हाथ खड़ा क्यों नहीं कर रहे? मातृ वतन हिंदुस्तान, भारत माता की। क्या प्लीज मैं आपके जज्बात की कदर करता हूं। ऐसा है कि अब कई बार कुछ लोगों की दुकान जुबान के फर्क से ही चल पड़ती है। अरे हमारे यहां मुझे सवाल पूछते हैं, अरे देश को मोहब्बत, अरे इतना ही है, उसमें तकसीम, उसको 3 कनाल आ गया और हमें 8 कनाल आ गया। बट जब ट्रेसपास करेगा, जब ट्रेसपास करेगा तो कुल्हाड़ी चलता है कि नहीं चलता? इसी तरह अब गोली पे गोला चलेगा। और अच्छा पाकिस्तान, अरे पानी सारा तेरे पास, क्या हमें जम्मू कश्मीर के लोगों को हाइड्रो नहीं बनाना क्या? हमने खेती नहीं करनी क्या? हमने पानी नहीं पीना क्या? आप हमें ड्रग्स पिला रहे हैं, और मैं इस्लाम का बहुत बड़ा इलामबारदार। अरे इस्लाम, यू आर एंटी इस्लामिक कंट्री, आपका वजूद ही एंटी इस्लाम है। मैं ये कहूंगा, एनीबॉडी, कोई भी फिक का कोई बड़ा आदमी मुझे कहे, मैं बात करने के लिए तैयार हूं कि वी लव पीस विद अवर नेबर्स, बट दूर दूर तक नॉट एट द कास्ट ऑफ किलिंग ऑफ अवर इनोसेंट। आज हम फ्रांस से होते हुए, रोम से होते हुए, डेनमार्क से लंदन में आए हैं। हम आपसे उम्मीद रखते हैं कि आप जरूर इस तिरंगे को ऊंचा रखने के लिए लिखिएगा, कंडेम करिएगा टेररिज्म को दुनिया में। और पाकिस्तान का जो नैरेटिव है आर्मी जनरलों का, हमें मालूम है उन्होंने प्रॉपर्टी पोष दुनिया की जगह में जनरलों ने उसको बचाने के लिए वो सब करते हैं, हम जानते हैं। तो थोड़ा नजर रखिएगा। तो मैं इन्हीं लफ्जों के साथ आपसे इजाजत चाहूंगा। शुक्रिया, जय हिंद।
मित्रों, कश्मीर के बाद अब आप बंगाल की आवाज सुनिए। Samik Bhattacharya is a member of Raj Sabha from Bengal, a very prominent leader of the party. Yes.
Honorable Leader Sri Ravi Shankar Prasad, my esteemed colleagues, Indian Ambassador, and my brothers and sisters, we have same DNA. Our leaders have categorically mentioned under what compulsion we had to go to Operation Sindoor. And the people sitting over here, you all know what is happening and what is going to be happen tomorrow. We have started with our national anthem, Jana Gana Mana Adi. पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगो, ये गाना गाते वक्त कभी सीने में दर्द होता है? आधा पंजाब नहीं है, आधा बंगाल नहीं है, पूरा सिंध नहीं है। वो कोई पीछे से बोला था, मेरा भाई ये पाकिस्तान हमारा है। हाँ है, हमारा है। पाकिस्तान नाम का कोई देश, कोई जाति दुनिया में कभी नहीं था। इट वॉज आवर फॉल्ट। हम लोग शांति का पथ पर चले, पाकिस्तान बन गया। हम लोग सिविल वॉर नहीं चाहते थे, इसलिए पाकिस्तान बन गया। हम बंगाल से आते हैं, कलकत्ता के रास्ते पे खड़ा होकर कुछ लोग आवाज उठा दिया, कान में बीड़ी मुंह में पान, लड़के लेंगे पाकिस्तान, और पाकिस्तान चले गए उधर। Minority has a right to self-determination. We want the right of self-determination. एक साथ हिंदू मुसलमान नहीं रह सकते, दो भाई अलग हो जाएगा, अलग हो गया। हमारा कुछ नेताओं ने भी सोचा था अगर अलग हो गया, वो ठीक से अपने दुकान चलाए तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। अरे हम तो जिस देश से आते हैं वहां तो सभी का मत चलता है, सभी का पथ चलता है, सभी का धर्म चलता है। ठाकुर रामकृष्ण परमहंस देव ने बोला था, जो तो मौत तो पौत। हम लोग तो पूरा दुनिया का सामने खड़े होकर बोला, श्रीनंतु विषय अमृतस्व पुत्रा। हम हमारा कभी जनता के अंदर मजहब की नाम पर बंटवारा नहीं किया, लेकिन मिला क्या? हम लोग आज दरवाजे पे किसी का आकर कटोरी लेकर नहीं खड़ा हुआ। वो वी आर रोमिंग अक्रॉस द ग्लोब। हम किसी यूरोप में आकर किसी का दरवाजे में नहीं बोल रहे, कहो ना प्यार है, कहो ना प्यार है। हम लोग किसी का भीख मांगने के लिए नहीं आए इधर। हम लोग यही उसको चेतावनी देने के लिए आए, सचेत करने के लिए आए, जो आज हमारा साथ हो रहा है, कल तुम्हारा साथ भी वही घटने वाला है। कितना खून बहेगा, कितना खून तुम लोग बहाओगे? 140 करोड़ लोगों का आबादी है, कितना मारोगे? 1 करोड़ मारोगे, 20 करोड़ मारोगे, 40 करोड़ मारोगे, पर पूरा इंडियन डायस्पोरा एक साथ हो जाएगा। किसी का अस्त्र की दुकान चलने के लिए किसी राष्ट्र ने अपना स्टैंड बदल लेगा। हम लोगों को वो ज्ञान दे रहे, अरे डायलॉग, everything can be sorted out, interaction only, reciprocation, कितना कितना सब ढूंढ ढूंढ कर लाते। अरे ये सब से क्या होता है? बोली तो बहुत हुआ, हिंदुस्तान सब सह लिया, कुछ भी बोलिए, अब बोलिए ना, चलेगा, लेकिन गोली नहीं चल सकते। अगर गोली चलेगा तो जो देखा वही होगा। अभी तो बाहर से फेंका मिसाइल अभी घुस कर मारेगा। Across the political belief, ये मोदी मोदी को नारा क्यों लगा रहा है? इसका कारण है आज आतंकवाद का खिलाफ लड़ने का एक चेहरा बन गया, एक नेता है, वो नरेंद्र मोदी है। Anti-terrorism and Narendra Modi is a synonymous word. Entire world has accepted it. आज बोलने का दिन चले गए। कुछ लोग दुकानदारी कर रहे हैं, दुकानदारी। कहां मिसाइल बेचेगा, कहां हेलीकॉप्टर बेचेगा, कहां जेट बेचेगा, उसके लिए उसका स्टैंड बदल जाएगा। और हिंदुस्तान गरीब नहीं है। हमको लूटकर बहुत लोग अपना शानदार मकान बना लिया है। और कितना लूटोगे? हिंदुस्तान कभी लूटा नहीं। भगवान श्री रामचंद्र जी ने रावण वध की बात जब लक्ष्मण जी उसको बोला, इतना सोना है, इतना महल है, हम लोग यहीं बैठ जाए, क्यों लौट कर चले जाए? उसी समय भगवान रामचंद्र जी ने एक रत्ती भर भी सोना श्रीलंका से लंका से नहीं लाया। उन्होंने बोला, जननी जन्माभूमिश्च स्वर्गाद् विगर्यसि, अपने घर चलो। हिंदुस्तान कभी लूटा नहीं, हमने दिया है। जब कोविड का स्थिति में भारत जैसे 140 करोड़ का आबादी का पास खड़ा होने के बाद भी हम लोग दुनिया की 70 के ऊपर देशों का पास हमारा मेडिसिन भेजा, मेडिकल फैसिलिटीज को उपलब्ध कराया। अरे हम तो उस देश से आते हैं जहां अपने सर कटवाने का पहले गुरु तेग बहादुर ने बोले थे, हमने सिर दिया मगर सार नहीं दिया। हम तो उस धरती से आते हैं जहां पेशवार बाजीराव बल्लाळ ने जीवन में 42 युद्ध किया और किसी युद्ध में हारे नहीं। हम उस संभाजी का देश से आते हैं जो छोटे बड़े 200 जंग लड़ा, औरंगजेब उसको हरा नहीं सका, उसको पीछे से छोड़ी भोगना पड़ा। सर नीचे करने वाला नहीं है। भारत में पैसा का आज का दिन में कमी नहीं है। वी आर द 4th biggest economy in our country in the world. हमारा पास इतना पैसा का कमी नहीं है। इतना लूटने के बाद भी अभी हिंदुस्तान खड़ा है अपने जगह पर, सीने टांग कर बोल रहा है, यस। अगर हेलीकॉप्टर खरीदने का, जेट खरीदने का, मिसाइल खरीदने का थोड़ा कमी आ जाए, आप लोग बैठे हुए हैं, आप लोग हैं, पैसा आप देंगे। पूरा इंडियन डायस्पोरा, चाहे मिडिल ईस्ट से लेकर अमेरिका तक और यूरोप से लेकर इंडिया तक जितना लोग हैं आप यहाँ बैठे हैं, यू विल कंट्रीब्यूट। आप पैसा देंगे। हम एक हैं, हम हिंदुस्तानी हैं, हम वो खेला पे अभी नहीं है। बहुत बातचीत हो गया, बहुत बातचीत हो गया, बात अभी खत्म करो। और जो लोग आज हम लोगों को उपदेश दे रहे हैं उसका वह समय अच्छा नहीं है, लेकिन हिंदुस्तान आपको ले लेगा। जिस दिन आप लोग हमारा जैसा अवस्था में चले आएंगे उस दिन हम लोग छोड़ेंगे नहीं। इसे सारे लोग, हम किसी देश का नाम लेना नहीं चाहता हूं, जो रेडिकलाइजेशन के देख कर भी चुप है, इंडोक्ट्रिनेशन चल रहे वो खामोश है, धर्म के आधार पर समाज के बंटवारा पैदा कर रहे तब भी वो खामोश है। लेकिन जिस दिन आपका घर में विस्फोट होगा, आपका बगल में ये लोग खड़ा नहीं होंगे, उस दिन भारत का नाम याद करेगा। जब कोई तुम्हारा हृदय तोड़ दे, तड़पते हुए जब कोई छोड़ दे, तब तुम मेरे पास आना प्रिय, हम उसको ला कर रखेंगे। हिंदुस्तान एक है। आपका ये आवाज, आपका रेजोनेंस बोल रहे हैं, ये सारा भारत जाग उठे है, सारा हिंदुस्तान एकजुट है। देयर इज नो पॉलिटिकल डिफरेंसेस अमंग द पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज। अब देख रहे एक साथ हम लोग बैठे हुए हैं। अरे जो श्रीमती गांधी ने किसी समय बांग्लादेश का जन्म दिया था, राजनीतिक पृष्ठभूमि से हम उसका विरोधी है, हम उसका आलोचना करते हैं, आज भी करते हैं, काल भी करेंगे। लेकिन बांग्लादेश का जमीन पे खड़े होकर हमारे देश की पूर्व प्रधानमंत्री को कोई गाली देगा, उसका नाम, उसका पुतला जलाएगा, ये हम लोग बर्दाश्त नहीं करेंगे। कहां थे उस समय सन 71 में आधुनिक विश्व में थर्ड लार्जेस्ट जेनोसाइड, 30 lakhs of people have been killed by Rajakars and Pakistani armies. जशोर में मिलिट्री कैंटोनमेंट में 1.5 लाख ऐसा महिला को पाए गए थे जिसका स्तन काट दिया गया था। आज उसी हिसाब से हम लोगों को आगे बढ़ना है। हिंदुस्तान एक है, हिंदुस्तानी एक है, हिंदुस्तान के सारे पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज एक है और आप लोग इंडियन डायस्पोरा जो लोग हैं एक है। हम लोग एक साथ होकर एक नया भारत के सामने चलेंगे और किसी भी ताकत के सामने भारत घुटने नहीं टिकेंगे। कोई मीडिएशन का जरूरत नहीं है। हम लोग कोई प्रेप स्टूडेंट नहीं है, हम लोग कोई नर्सरी का बच्चा नहीं है। फीडिंग बोतल लेकर कोई पिला देगा, जो सुनो ऐसा करना चाहिए, वो दिन चले गए हैं। नमस्कार।
Friends, I can quite see your enthusiasm. I know you resonate with many of the comments our friends have made, and Samik is a speaker of great exuberance and enthusiasm. But after having finished all of our comments, now it is time to have some serious comments of strategic thinking. Mr. M.J. Akbar is a great author, you all know that. He has written many books. By the way, he writes better English than many British people. Okay, let me call M.J. Akbar.
Thank you, Raviji. Thank you, High Commissioner, for this occasion. In fact, looking at our friends here, my fellow countrymen here, it occurs to me that India is very blessed. We have 1 High Commissioner and 2 million ambassadors. But, my friends, I really don't feel in a very cheerful mood. This is not a cheerful moment in our history. I don't think perhaps we have failed in conveying the pain and anguish and rage that our country is feeling at this moment. This is a moment of great sadness. It is a moment to hold those who are guilty accountable. It is not a political moment. It is a national moment. Today, as we get our briefing papers, I was reading your fact sheet, and I saw the fact sheet about Britain, about its economy. It's been mentioned here, the size of our economy. And I checked the figures for our own economy. And, you know, our economy, our exports for 2024-25 have reached something like $800 billion in goods and services. And I was thinking that while we are moving in this rate, what is Pakistan's export? And it occurred to me, please, I'm not joking, this is not a joke. And it occurred to me that Pakistan's biggest export is terror. That it has become the world's largest exporter of terrorism. And this is the danger that you must make the world that you live in aware of, to make it understand the ideology of this terror. This is not an ordinary form of terror that we have witnessed in Pahalgam and so many other places. This is the terror of fascism. This is the terror of ethnic cleansing. You are in Europe. If Europe doesn't remember fascism, which continent is going to remember fascism? You have generations here who remember the era of Hitler. This is the return of that era. And we are witnessing it with our own eyes. But unless we understand it ourselves and explain it to others, we will have failed. those who gave their lives in Pahalgam. We have all mentioned Pakistan's commitment literally to terrorism, but what is this ideology and where does it begin? I will be brief because my colleagues have already said what there is to say and with great energy. But briefly I will tell you that Pakistan was born in violence. It was not born through a popular movement. It was born after the great Calcutta killing of 1946. And it died in 1971 after the great Dhaka killing. And despite its death, it has not withdrawn from its commitment and its policy of violence, because for the ruling class and for its elite, it has become genetic. And it is this conversion into genetic insistence and persistence within violence finding itself that has makes it such a serious danger to the region and to the world. High Commissioner, in the program today, we began by going to pay our respects to Ambedkar ji and to Gandhi ji, both great revolutionaries of the 20th century. I want to leave a story because about Gandhi ji, there are many misconceptions. Yes, he was the greatest apollo of non-violence in the last 2000 years, perhaps. He believed in non-violence. But he was alive on 22nd October when the history of modern terrorism begins with Pakistan sending 5,000 terrorists across the border to seize Kashmir. 22nd October, the night of 1947. Remember the date. Gandhiji was very much around with us at that time. Exactly 7 days later, on 29th October, he met Mountbatten. And Mountbatten was astonished. He says, this man of non-violence, today he's sounding like Churchill. This is something the British will understand, and that's why I mentioned the story. That he's sounding like Churchill. And because Gandhiji said that against terrorism, we don't want non-violence. The state must stand up. The Indian Army and his quotes, direct quotes are, every soldier will fight. No Indian soldier will retreat. They will give their lives in the fight against terrorism, but never retreat. Our message is very clear, that we shall never retreat. And in that resolve and in the unity, India will find its future. Thank you.
The last speaker is Pankaj Sharan, as I told you, former ambassador, former deputy NSA. Briefly.
Good evening, everyone. Respected Ravi Shankar Prasad ji, honorable members of parliament, High Commissioner Vikram Doraiswamy and his fantastic team. It's a great honor and privilege for me to be a part of this very high-level delegation. I want to begin by asking all of you to do a round of applause for our members of parliament from all walks of life, all political parties. This stage today is a small glimpse of India which shows the strength of the Indian democracy and the fact that even 75 years after independence, the Indian Parliament is the supreme institution which decides on the fate of India. They are the representatives of the people, and it is their inspiration and it is their vision which guides people like us to implement the political directives that they give us. Operation Sindoor was a political directive of the Indian government, of the Indian Prime Minister, and I want to share with you that it was 100% success. The Indian armed forces, the Indian security establishment was given only one single point agenda: destroy the terrorist infrastructure. And we did that within the first 25 minutes on the morning of the May 7th. And then when there was a retaliation, we went ahead, and on the May 10th morning, we decided that enough is enough, and we hit 11 air bases, radar stations, and runways. So the mission was achieved without any blemish, and that is something we should all be proud of in India, because it shows that the Indian military system, security system can deliver when the country and the people need it most. That is a thing which all of us have to be proud of. The second thing is that you cannot hide the truth. When we talk of Pakistan, unfortunately, the names which come to our mind are of Lashkar-e-Toiba, Jaish-e-Mohammed, Hizb ut-Tahrir, and so many other organizations. These cannot be hidden. Their origins in Pakistan cannot be hidden. Secondly, if you look at the size of the economy, someone has to remind the generals in Pakistan and Rawalpindi that the size of that economy is actually less than the foreign exchange earnings of India. This is a big problem they have to face. They have to face the truth. And what we are telling them is, look after your people. Do not try to pursue this policy of trying to inflict 1,000 cuts on India, because the lesson of history is that the country which is getting cut is not India, it is you. And the third point I want to leave behind is that India is on the path of massive economic, social transformation of 1.4 billion people on a scale which has not been witnessed in the last century. In the last 10 years itself, there's been a huge transformation, and the country is all set to transform itself by the year 2047. So India is unstoppable. The institutions are strong, they are robust, they're resilient. The states of India are part of this journey, and the multicultural, multi-religious, plural fabric of India is today even stronger than it was before. The economic reforms are moving at a fast pace. The government in Delhi and the state governments are all geared towards developing our country. And if 60% of the Indian population today, 65% is less than 35 years old, time is on India's side. And we will pursue our objective, and we will not allow any distractions to interfere with achieving our objectives. So thank you so much, and Jai Hind.
दोस्तों बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद डेलीगेशन की तरफ से, आपने हमारी बात सुनी. Be proud Indians, be proud British too. What I know, you have great regard for your motherland. Keep it up. And only assurance to all of you, we are strong, we are resurgent, we will take care of Pakistan and terrorism, but you convey our message here and globally too. Terrorists must be made to pay a cost. Okay? Thank you. Request to Mr. High Commissioner, please.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, for being here this evening. So first and foremost, a very warm thank you to all of the members of the Indian diaspora here, Indian citizens and British citizens of Indian origin. Thank you very much. Please give yourself a hand. There's not enough of us to clap for you. Now it's also my proud privilege to thank the members of Parliament who have joined us here today for sharing with you the sentiments back home, offering you a feeling of some of the energy of India the commitment from every part of India and every political party in India to the common values and the common journey of 1.4 billion Indians. But I also wanted to echo the point that our very respected MJ Akbar Saab made, which is that more than anything else, this is a moment of gravitas, a moment of seriousness for all of us. You got a sense of the energy that our political leadership has with it, the conviction and courage that they have, that they are confident of the direction India is going in. But for all of us, those of us who serve under the flag, my fantastic team of officers and staff who make India House the functioning instrument that it is, we all believe that this is a moment for all of us to seize and to take forward the agenda that the world has to understand that this is not a localized tragedy that happens thousands of kilometers away in South Asia. It is a global reality. And to pretend that this is something that happens only occasionally that Indians have to live with, this is a grave mistake. This is in the interests of everybody, not just 1.4 billion Indians, but the 220 million people in Pakistan as well. And it is, the time has come for the world to take it more seriously. So I would ask all of you to take back that message more than anything else today. If there is one message I want you all to take from our very respected parliamentary delegation that is here, and my very respected senior colleague, Ambassador Pankaj Saran, MJ Akbar Saab, it is that India is a nation on its own, that it is on its own destiny and its own direction. We will get where we want to go because you cannot stop 1.4 billion people who have made up their mind to rise. But it is in the interests of the whole world to recognize that you cannot also leave a cancer festering forever. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.